Welcome back to Championship Saturday here at the Turtle Dome on Cornwall Island in Akwesasne for the 2018 Founders Cup presented by JVI Sports Network. It's the bronze medal game between those men right there, the Coquitlam Adanacs, looking for their first medal since 2007, and on the other side it's the Manitoba Blizzard, who I believe we were discussing will be their first medal at the Founders Cup if they can pull off a victory here.
And there are the Coquitlam Adanacs. And this game does mean a lot to both of these teams. Baez Bardai a little more relaxed today, and there's Bo Chetner. He's got some pretty cool glasses, and that's a nice hairstyle. He's a sharp-looking dude, but he has been playing very well for this team and really stepping into a bigger role. And you see guys through the course of a game kind of build. For the other side, the Manitoba Blizzard, their player to watch, Kelson Borisenko, no surprise. He has been outstanding, 22 points, lots of key plays, lots of key goals and assists, and plays defense. He is doing it up and down the floor for the Manitoba Blizzard.
For game action, Coquitlam wearing the white with the purple and yellow helmets. The Blizzard wearing the all blue jerseys with white trim and the blue buckets. And we're underway as the Blizzard win the face-off. Pat Gregoire here on play-by-play with Steven Stamp on color commentary on JVI Sports Network. And Gatuski loses his helmet, but that doesn't matter, as the human highlight reel himself, Kelson Borisenko, gets his team on the board. Not even 20 seconds into this bronze medal game.
The Borisenko show gets underway early. Trademark Pat Gregoire. And what a play, and that's Andy Zun feeding it in, and these two work together so well. Zun just at the right moment sends Borisenko as he slips underneath his defender, gets away from Carter Clark.
And defenders know it's coming, but still, that sidestep move that he uses is so deadly. Defenders have not much of a chance. Now Coquitlam with their first opportunity, and it's a goal by Trevor Funk.
Funk with that fade head and the yellow shooters, really buying in to the Coquitlam style here. And this is just a lovely shot on the run. Little face dodge there, just dragging the stick with him to get a bit of space, and then all kinds of room for him to let that one go.
Offensive possession here for Coquitlam as they send it over to the other side. That's their captain, Matthew Schmiegel, who's had a pretty solid tournament, was named the MVP of yesterday's game. Loose ball now picked up by Manitoba, but it squirts three. Chance here for the captain with a shot. But Riley Medenyuk somehow gets a piece of that. And boy, Stephen, was he not good yesterday.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Now, ball now at the top to Borisenko. He fires that over to Zun, but he's going to set a pick there to free up some space. Little give and go. Borisenko fake big stop there by Gordon Bowen. Bowden has been one of the more solid goaltenders. Joe Catalano from Alberta. Bray from the FNLA, and can't miss Catalano with that big mustache there. Standby is Chris Talchi. Beautiful move to try to stay out there, and can't score, but he'll draw the penalty, and Poitras has some choice words to Bueno, who has been getting under the skin of some Manitoba players.
Yeah, Buono's having a really strong tournament, getting better as it's gone on, and he does annoy some opponents. We'll see. Right there was the high stick.
The Borisenko show with the ball in his hand, dodges, feeds over to Gutowski. Gutowski still with it. Takes it to the rack now. Does a good job keeping those feet out of the crease. Shot from the far side, from his wrong side, Andy Zun. Boy, 5 years in junior lacrosse, and he seems to keep his best for the Founders Cup.
Great shot, and what a super pass. The big key there is staying out of the crease by Troy Glutowski. He was very close, but the official was right there. Trent Bray in perfect position to see that one.
Score a couple of goals earlier in the tournament. He's known as a defender transition player, but when he gets into the offensive zone, he can be deadly. Oh!
That's going to be a penalty to Coquitlam, as Borisenko is rammed into the open section of the door, and you've got to get that door closed when play is coming along there.
Monroe was working the gate there. You'll see here just,
And Rose couldn't close it because
No.
there's a player standing in.
No.
I think that's Brady Georgette. But Spencer Maud just runs him in. And it's not a vicious hit, but with the door open, it just stops him with the point into the hip.
We'd like to take time to thank our sponsors for this year's Founders Cup, presented by JVI Sports Network. Twin Leaf in Akwesasne. Twin Leaf, thank you for providing fans across the globe, team. As you see him bashing and crashing into a couple of Manitoba defenders. Now he creates some space for himself. Shot and score. I knew he liked killing penalties, but I didn't know he liked it that much as he ties this ball game with a shorthanded goal.
Great spin move by Forselius. Hopefully that will make him smile. As the BC coaches again sharing with us, and he's not a very smiley guy. So Fayez Bardai said his title, his filter on Forselius' text is "Smile, Eric." He's not smiling yet.
Nope.
That's a beautiful goal.
Schmiegel still with it. Now fires off a streaking Carter Clark. Shot from the outside and scores. Wow. What an absolute snipe from Clark. And the Adanaks take a 3-2 lead.
Carter Clark, who's been in and out of the lineup a bit, not really playing a particularly prominent role, but man, that is quite a shot on the run, as you mentioned, and just a little crow hop to let it fly.
You'll see here just a lobbing pass. Clark kind of catches Manitoba off guard. I don't think they picked up the last. Toes that line a little too much. That time he gets caught. So another power play chance for Manitoba. Zun from the outside. That one misses well off the cage. But an awkward play as it bounces off the boards. And Glutowski, who we've seen so good on the side of the net, this is probably the easier one he's ever scored.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for him, as it tends to be when everyone gets turned around.
Big pick coming here from Alex Nemo. Shot from the outside. And we'll see if Eric Forselius has a smile on his face after his second goal of the game.
Nope, he's looking pretty stoic as he walks off the floor. What a great shot. His earlier one, a little fancy with the spin move in the shot. This one is just straight up power. Little pick, another little pick, and rip it to the far side. Nice job by the Adanaks to get the seal and the second seal. And
without further ado, we'll send it now to Steven Stamp and Taylor Ritchie.
On the floor with Taylor Ritchie, and this is a huge game, I know, for you guys, for Manitoba lacrosse. We're pretty sure that Manitoba has never won a medal at the Founders Cup. So what would it mean to you guys to be able to get it, especially with so many of you being fifth-year veterans?
Yeah, this is everything for us. You know, we've been working here, some guys 5 years, myself 4. We've always wanted this, and here we are, so we're out here to get it for sure.
Love the family atmosphere you guys have, a really cohesive unit amongst you all, and you can see the effort is there, both for yourselves, but you can really see that you're trying to support your teammates and do this as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're a really good team, like bond-wise. We love each other. We're always together doing things. So yeah, moral support, being there for each other is huge, definitely.
You're down to 15 runners. You had some tough breaks, literally, with guys getting broken bones at the Alberta finals. You've got at the RMLL finals. You've lost a player to a wedding, his mother's wedding. You're down to 15 runners. How do you keep going when you're against teams that are cycling players through?
You know, just lots of heart. Boys are fired up. We want this bad. Last game for lots of us here, so we're just digging deep, getting it done.
It was a huge game last night. Emotionally, you go to overtime. A tough loss, but we're all impressed. I know the War Chiefs were impressed with the heart you guys showed. How tough is it to come back out here today, and how are you going to maintain your energy for 40 more minutes?
It's tough for sure, but we just got to keep grinding, keep working. You know, 40 minutes and then we're done. So what do you got to lose? Leave it all out there, for sure.
Excellent advice from Taylor Ritchie down here at the 2018 Founders Cup. We'll be back after a break with the second period. We're going to start with a look at what Kelson Borisenko does best. The quick step underneath. Great lead pass by Andy Zun. and Borisenko buries it to start the game off. And then it's all about Eric Forselius, the spin and rip near side. And then the next one, he's going to load it up with the crow hop and bury this one far side. Big blast to the pipe. And those are 2 of Coquitlam's 4 goals. There are the Elora Mohawks. They are getting ready for their championship game, which will be here live on JVI Sports Network at 5 p.m. I'm Stephen Stamp with Pat Gregoire here. And we are pleased to be bringing you all of this Founders Cup coverage live and free from the Turtle Dome in Akwesasne.
Adam Noakes now taking a shift here. Basic cutting to the middle, but Schmiegel can't get it to him. Swim move, Schmiegel with the shot. Medanyuk makes the big stop, but we're going to have a penalty coming up here. For
both of them are
hold.
going high sticking and then holding. Because they just kind of ran into each other. The collision and then the tackle.
So a hold and a high stick.
Yeah, the high stick to Garrett DePape.
Yep. You'll see it here.
Yeah, you're going to see it right there. Not much question. And then Schmiegel just grabs him and tackles him to the turf.
Some catch along the outside. And beautiful movement as soon as it think that the Blizzard are just working it around, waiting to start something. Coquitlam gets caught ball watching, and Bezecki does a great job right to cut to the middle of the floor.
And again, perfect timing on the pass, timing and placement to get up into a spot where you can catch it on the run. As Borisenko, great follow through.
You can see it. 3 of 4 Coquitlam players on the floor looking at Borisenko.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
I was going to say, it's hard to blame them.
Colin Poitras gets that ball down low to Andy Zunn. Zunn over to Borisenko. Those 3 have played a lot of lacrosse together, and this will be their last game together in this uniform. Skip pass to the far side. And we have seen this play time after time here at the Founders Cup. It's Borisenko to Gutowski, and we have ourselves another goal.
And we've seen the Blizzard huddle after a goal and just enjoy each other's company for a moment as well. And here you see Gutowski, number 4, the little pick, seals off and then cuts back door. And there is Bezecki on top of the crease, drawing some attention, sealing things up. And there's going to be a goalie water break, which is very unusual because it doesn't usually happen after a goal. And that's what Colin Poitras is talking about. Because that is basically a timeout for the team that has just been scored on.
Yeah.
It's usually not allowed.
Usually not allowed, but I believe Gordon Bowden did request it. So, in fact, he does get it.
You just say no, though. Yeah, you go.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Twin Leaf Akwesasne, for providing free lacrosse here at the 2018 Founders Cup Championship on JVI Sports Network with Andrew Miller going to stay here on offense. I mentioned it off the top of the broadcast. He's a guy that can provide so much. Doesn't even matter which side of the floor he's on. Borisenko, another one of those players defending well. Behind the back, chance there for Josh Goebel. And Brian Smith ties this game up at 5.
Again, Smith using his sweet hands in the slot right on top of the crease to grab that ball as it rolls out.
We'll see if they can cash in on the power play. We've seen them already once today. Far side shot for Blaise Bezecki. Bezecki may not be a part of that core 4, but he has been a great contributor here at the Founders Cup.
Blaise is heating up with a nice outside shot on this one to make it 6-5 for the Blizzard.
Very nice. A little hot and cold. I'll see the skip
Sun
pass.
draws the attention, and then kind of a 3/4 delivery there on that shot that gave him a chance to get out to the far side. I like the dead overhand, but
Borisenko is going to start this offensive possession, runs to the corner, and that means trouble if you're a defender for Coquitlam. Did I say
you
it?
called it.
Or did I say it?
Prescient Pat Gregoire. Although it's a pretty high odds bet or low odds bet. I mean, wow, he just So impressive.
Especially considering it being on Andrew Miller. Wow.
Yeah. And the thing, I mean, the fact that it is kind of predictable.
4.1 seconds left. Coquitlam will have a chance here. That's Eric Forselius. Back over. Spin move for Schmiegel. He takes the shot. That goes well wide and high of the cage. And Medanyuk lets out a big woo as his team goes unscathed with that last possession and will head to the dressing room with a 7-5 lead.
All right, I am down on the floor with Jeremy Basic, and I was told to make sure that we get right to this so that your boo-boo Ashley hasn't gone off to the to get a snack or something. She's watching, a big supporter of you.
Yeah, she's the best. I always have support for her, and I like her a lot. She's the best.
Nice, very nice. Now, you guys are obviously keen to get a medal here. It's been quite an intense game. Things really, I thought, pretty feisty right from the start. These two teams who getting a good hate on for each other early on.
Yeah, it goes back to last year, right? We had a pretty big battle last year, which they came out winning. So, I mean, we're trying to beat these guys and beat them down while doing that.
You guys, we've enjoyed the way that you guys are having a nice mix of fun, but also a lot of focus. You really work with your coaching staff and get a lot of attention to detail as you prepare. As you go into the third period, how do you think that stands you in good stead to try and come back?
Hopefully Fies has something in his back pocket for us. But, I mean, it comes down to us. It doesn't come down to the X's and O's. So, I mean, we just got to play lacrosse the right way, and we know we'll come out with this win.
It's execution, not just the system.
Yeah, execution, always. We're lacrosse players. We got to play lacrosse, and even if the X's and O's don't work, we'll find a way to score.
Final period of the season, so obviously you just put it all in on the line here.
Yeah, we'll give it our all.
Thanks so much, Jeremy Basic. Good luck in the rest of the game. We'll be back after a break with third period coverage on JVI Sports Network.
Welcome back to the bronze medal game of the 2018 Founders Cup on Cornwall Island in Akwesasne. The Blizzard lead the Adirondacks 7-5, and well, here's how we got to this point. Let's take a look at the highlights.
It's going to be the Borisenko show to a large degree. Here's a beautiful pass by Kelson Borisenko and a great finish from Blaze Bezecki. And then we'll have another recipient of some Borisenko generosity as he rips it through to Troy Klutowski. And then Borisenko decides to do it all himself on this last one. Season opening, just nobody covering him on that one. Miller got a step behind, didn't have any help. And Borisenko, season opening, thrives as he drives into it. And he's having himself another great game.
But the shot just goes wide. Poitras sprinting so hard to the bench, but that's not going to be good enough as a transition chance by Tyson Johnston. Looks like he might have got banged up after the play, but what a hustle play to break free and get a transition goal for his team.
Johnston was fantastic yesterday. 3 goals and 3 assists from his transition role. Anthony Buono with that pass ahead. You can see the hard fake actually bounces up off the foot of Medanyuk, it looked like.
Brian Smith starts it off. A slow change here. We'll see if they can capitalize. BTB feed. And Trevor Funk finishes off a beauty play. And we've got ourselves a tied ball game.
Funk once again showing his knack for coming out of nowhere. Bit of a broken play, and he just snags that ball. On the little behind the back pass from Smith. Goes 5-hole.
As Coquitlam will look to regain a lead for the first time in a while. Skip pass to Chetner. Chetner with the outside shot. That one had eyes. Oh my God. Riley Medanyuk with a huge save. Ball working around. Using that screen there is Jeremy Basic. Back up top to Schmiegel. Schmiegel winds up and scores! The captain elevates his team to an 8-7 lead with an outside shot.
Little twister finds its mark, and Medanyuk just can't get to that one. But Schmiegel, he is an inspirational leader for this club. You'll see, gets that little seal there. And look at the spin on that shot as he just bounces it. That is a high angle bouncer as it goes up right under the crossbar. Perfect placement, great shot, Schmiegel.
The Coquitlam Adanacs lead 8-7 over this Manitoba Blizzard team. Shot turned aside, outlet pass, not too far. Garrett DePape in all alone, tries the nifty underhand, but you have got to be kidding me, Gordon Bowden.
Bowden absolutely stones DePape, who's racing in. What a catch on that outlet pass, and then just composing himself for the shot.
Spin move by Smith and scores! A casual spinorama and finish, if there is ever such a thing. Brian Smith just pulls that one off, and the Adanacs have a 2-goal lead.
You see it so often in all sports with goaltenders where a goalie makes a big save on one end of the field of play, and we go down the other end, and his team scores.
Andy Zunn looking for his options. Blaze Bezecki, face dodge, feeds the middle. Instead, it goes to the crease. 7 seconds. Borisenko. Andy Zunn unloads a shot from the outside, and he scores. Andy Zunn, with 31.4 seconds, brings this game within 1.
Last night, the laser high to high. Tonight, the bouncer. Same effect. It's a late game goal to tighten things up. Last night, it tied it with 2.5 seconds. Today, he bounces one past Bowden. Very smart adjustment, noticing that Bowden was going down. So Zunn draws him down there, bounces it.
4.2 seconds left. Poitras with the ball. That's a quick whistle. Poitras from the outside, turned aside by Gordon Bowden. And for the first time since 2007, the Coquitlam Adanacs will head home to British Columbia with a medal. This time it's bronze.
What a finish. A couple of opportunities for the Manitoba Blizzard. They just kept coming and coming. And all week long, we've marveled at how with 16 runners and then down to 15 for the last couple of days, they just keep coming, and they're so competitive in the late stages of games. Very impressive. A lot of heart.
What a masterful game plan executed by that man right there.
Fayez Bardai, the coach for Coquitlam, and a lot of credit. And we want to get the coaches correct for Manitoba, as we were given the wrong information before, and it seemed a little strange because I didn't think it was the right guys we announced yesterday. But Corey Hankowicz is the head coach for Manitoba, doing a great job with this Blizzard team. So Corey Hankowicz, great work, and Terry Williams, who we've been talking to all week, an assistant coach and part owner of the team, and boy, he's these guys are really building something. It'll be interesting to see where they go from here with so many of their key players moving on to the next level.
And their players, Riley Medanyuk, the outstanding goaltender, Taylor Ritchie, Kelson Borisenko, Andy Zunn, and Colin Poitras. All very impact players leaving this Manitoba Blizzard team just 1 year before they host the Founders Cup. You got to think those guys are not only heartbroken that their junior careers come to an end here today, but that just 1 year away from potentially, playing for a Founders Cup at home.
Yeah, it would have been so much fun for these guys to get to go and represent the province right in Winnipeg. They're going to keep building though, and they've got some tremendous players coming up. It'll be interesting to see how they respond. It's a mixed blessing, or a blessing and a curse, right? When Andy Zunn named the player of the game for the Manitoba Blizzard, but you have a group like that, they come up together and you're building towards something, and then all of a sudden they're all gone.
So Eric Forselius getting named the player of the game for the Adanacs. 2 goals and I believe an assist as he gives Andy Zunn a handshake there. And still, even with the game MVP in hand, no smile.
No, I know. Smile, Eric.
Gordon Bowden, both of our votes for game MVP there. Bowden going to end his junior career off with a bronze medal in hand.